children, myself Manini, we'll start with the Unit 2. Unit 2, that is the sun rises once more, and this lesson is adopted from a Chinese mythology. And everybody knows that the sun rises, right? When does the sun rise, children? Can anybody tell me? The sun rises early in the morning. So in this lesson we'll see that 9 suns together rise and how they are affected by the people. How they affect the people and how the people come out with a solution. So before we start the lesson, let us know the words and its meanings. Withered, dried up. Archer, a person who knows how to use a bow and arrows. Shiver, shook due to the cold. So let us begin with the lesson. I want everybody to open your textbooks, page number 12, and point out your fingers as I explain to you. This is a very old story. Once there were 9 suns that shone down on the earth. So this is a very old story, children, and in this story there were 9 suns which rised at once. Okay, the 9 suns must have made the earth look very bright. So for one sun, you know how much we get the how much we get the brightness. Okay, and if the 9 suns rise together at once, how much heat it produces and how much brightness it produces. It must have produced more brightness. They did, but also made the earth very hot. So for one, and the children during summer time, what you do? The heat is too much. So we will not be able to bear the heat of the sun. So what we do? We on our ACs, we on our fans to make ourselves little from warm to cold. So here, if the 9 suns have shone together, then what will happen? It will become, the earth will be too much hot. There was one small village where the villagers were tired of the heat of the sun. So there was a village, and the village people were very tired of the heat of the 9 suns. Then their crop withered and died. To add to the problems, there was no rain. The leaves of the trees turned brown. So what happened, children? If the heat is more, then what will happen? It will not rain. So the crops were withered. Withered means what, children? Were dried up due to unavailability of water. So when there is no water, we cannot water the plants. Due to not watering the plants were dying. And to add the problems, there was no rain. So if there is too much heat, what will happen, children? The clouds will not form and there will be no rain. So there was no rain and the leaves turned brown. The grass dried up. So the leaves turned brown and the grass dried up. The ponds and the lakes had no water. So the ponds and the lakes were also dried up without water. The villagers and the animals became thin. So what happened? Due to too much heat, the villagers, that is the people living in that village, became thin, and the animals also became thin. All around was just the cracked earth. So cracked earth means what, children? Due to non-water, the earth will leave some cracks. Like for example, let me show you. There will be crack. See children here, without water the ground will crack. This is what the ground looks when there is no water. When there is no water. So the earth cracked. The village headmaster called Han, the archer. So in that village there lived a headman and he knew the archer. Archer means what children here? Archer means a person who knows how to use bow and arrows. See here children, in this picture you can see that he is practicing bow and arrow. See, this is the bow and this is the arrow. Can you see that? So he was an archer who knew how to use bow and arrow. He picked up his bow and arrows. He pointed an arrow at one of the suns and shot it right into the middle of the sun. So as you see that there were 9 suns. See this picture children here. See there are 9 suns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So there are 9 suns. So a village headman called Han. What he did, he shot the suns with the bow and arrow in the middle of the sun. He kept aiming arrow after arrow at the suns, and one after the other they kept disappearing. So what he did, he kept on killing the suns one after the other. So the suns started disappearing. One of the sons was really afraid when he saw all his brothers being shot. He slid behind a high mountain. When the archer turned his bow towards the 9th son, he said, "Maybe there were only 8 sons. I don't see the 9th one." So what happened children? The headmaster, that is the archer, what he did? He started killing one after the other. Okay, he started killing one after the other, and one of the son, what he did? He just hid behind the mountain. See children, 1 minute. See, this is the mountain here. He just hid behind the mountain. Okay, and when the headmaster pointed his bow and arrow to kill the sun, then he found no sons were there. And he thought to himself that there were only 8 sons, and he thought that he has killed all the sons. But actually what happened? There was only one son. There was one son which was very much afraid to die. So what he did? He hid behind the mountain. So let us see what happens next. I am sure there were 9 sons, said all the old men of the village. So the old men of the village told the archer, that is the headman, that there were 9 sons. They told that they have seen 9 sons. Well, it is not there now, said small child. I only know that it is very dark and cold without the sun. So what happened children? All the 8 sons got killed by the headmaster, and the 9th one, what happened? The 9th one hid himself behind the mountain. So since there was no sun, what happened? The village started getting colder and colder. There was no heat. If there is sun, we get heat. There was no sun, and the small child kept on saying that he told that the climate is getting cold, and he is told that he is feeling very cold. Then keep quiet. said his mother. Don't talk while old people are talking. So when the elders were talking, so what happened? The small child told that since as there is no sun, he is getting cold and he is shivering from cold. And his mother told that his mother asked the child to keep quiet when the elders were speaking. So everyone was quiet for a while. They shivered and shook. They ran to get their coats and scarves, their thick socks and shawls. So let us know the meaning of shiver. Shiver means shook due to the cold. So what happened, children? The sun hid behind the mountain and it was cold, and we can get only warmth from the sun. So everybody shivered. They shivered like they shook. They shook due to cold, and everybody ran to get the sweaters, shawls, and you can see here, children, this is the scarves. They ran to get the scarves, coats, their thick socks and shawls. We have made a mistake, said the headman. We will have to ask the last son to come out. So then the headmaster realized that they have done a mistake. And they have to ask the sun which is hid behind the mountain to come out so that they can get warm. So in the next class we will see how the sun raised and how it gave warmth to the people and the animals, and how the trees bloomed and how it rained. So let us see in the next class. Thank you.